Hey there, folks. Greg Shepard here, S&A Financial Services. I specialize in helping folks just like yourself in higher education all over the country get the most out of that oftentimes confusing higher ed retirement plan. Okay, this video is going to seem more like a therapy session, PSA of sorts. A lot of you folks out there are overwhelmed, so let me give you a backdrop, some context around this here. I've received some communication from you all, mainly emails, a couple phone calls. This more than usual regarding you're overwhelmed, a little anxiety driven due to the fact that you're transitioning, most of you, some of you are transitioning jobs, but transitioning, most of you, into retirement. You get these buckets of money that you have no idea what to do with. People are telling you all different kinds of things, what to do with this money, and you've never done this before. So you're a little overwhelmed. I get it. I've been doing this for over 20 years. I've talked to many of your peers throughout the course of the couple decades, so it's not new to me. I'll tell you this. You need to, well, let's relax. Let's take a step back. Let's take a deep breath, right? We can figure this out. We're all intelligent enough, but you basically have three different options. Okay, let's go over those real quick. The first one is that you do it on your own. Now, if you're Googling and you found this YouTube video, or you're on YouTube looking for information, strategies, folks, you're probably not, I should say qualified. It's probably late in the game to try and figure this stuff out. Okay, it's got to be honest. Some of you out there can do it on your own, but a lot of you, just no fault of your own, you just don't have the access to these investments the most advantageous investments. Let's put it that way. There's, the old saying, you don't know what you don't know. Okay, I'm not trying to insult anybody out there. A lot of you folks are more than capable of doing this on your own, but you got to drive income from these portfolios. What's the most efficient, advantageous way to do that, and the best investments for you in order to accomplish that. Okay, some of you can do that. A lot of you cannot. Okay, but let's just acknowledge that up front. You can do it on your own. That's going to be the cheapest way to do it, right? Number two. A lot of you are with TIAA and Fidelity. Those are the biggest players in the higher ed retirement space. So you can basically hire them to help you out, right? Their management, let's call it the management program, okay? There's going to be a cost for that, okay? I'll come back to the costs, but that's option number two. You have them help you out. Now, again, let's acknowledge the fact, we'll use TIAA here, that if you do hire TIAA in this capacity, they're going to have you invest in their in-house proprietary investments, right? Probably pushing you towards that lifetime income annuity option, which is not good or bad. That's just factual, right? They're not going to say, hey, let's go outside of TIAA and get these investments out here, even though they may be very good. We're going to keep everything in-house. They are going to keep everything in-house. I think we understand that. We acknowledge that, and that might be perfectly fine for you, okay? That's option number two. Probably the second and third are probably competitive when it comes to costs, okay? The third option, I'm biased, folks, this is what I do for a living, is you go out and hire an independent investment advisor that specializes, that knows higher ed retirement plans. Okay, that's very important. There's a cost for that too, but the advantage there, folks, is that, again, we'll take my clientele. Usually I've found over the course of a couple of decades that the best, most advantageous financial answer to folks when transitioning to retirement is, we'll use TIAA, is using a little bit of TIAA stuff and a lot of not TIAA stuff. Okay, in my case, I custody my assets over at Charles Schwab, so we combo the two to make the most advantageous, most beneficial retirement income game plan for you folks out there. Now, let's go back to costs. Folks, everything you do when it comes to in this world, there's a cost associated with it. Every investment you get into, there is a cost. It's called an expense ratio. So if you do it on your own, make sure you know what that is. Okay, option number 2 and 3, same case. There's going to be a cost associated with it. There's no gray area, folks. No gray area. It's black and white. Know what those costs are. If you hire an advisor like myself, know what his or her costs are. Compare it, contrast it. You need to do what's comfortable with you, for you. If you've been with TIAA for 40 years and you know them, okay, there's probably some turnover there, and you want to stay with them. There's a trust factor that goes into the play with this. Believe that's not lost on me. That's a big part of what I do for a living. Then by all means, go with TIAA. If you're comfortable with them, just acknowledge the fact that you're going to get what they offer only, right? Folks, I can't stress this enough. If you walk into an independent advisor's office or Zoom, and they say, hey, come on over to my program. Oh, by the way, you're not going to be charged anything. The mutual fund company or the companies I'm putting you with, they're going to pay me. Don't walk out the door, the proverbial door. Run out that door. Okay, everything you're going to be charged. Everything has a cost. Okay, I get a little frustrated when folks tell me that, oh, yeah, I'm going to go with this outfit down the street. They told me it's not going to charge me anything. That's not true, folks. It's not true. There's always costs. Okay, make sure you know what that is. Make sure it's written so you can see what it is. Then take the proposals. You know what you're going to do if you're going to do it on your own. Okay, you know what that's going to look like. Compare option maybe number 2 and number 3, the costs and how they're going to drive income. How are they going to drive income for you? The logistics of it and the investments that are going to do it for you. Make sure you understand that. Okay, there should be some education that goes along with this. Then you just simply make a business decision, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Costs, trust are the biggest components here, and of course performance. But I'll tell you what, I'll give you a little secret in my industry. My industry has become so commoditized that I will be able to offer you the same thing in terms of investments that the advisor down the street is going to offer you. And don't kid yourself on that, okay? This industry has become commoditized. So now it comes down to the plan, the cost, and the trust. Don't fool yourself, okay? And make it simple. Make it simple. A lot of folks hire, even if you're capable of doing this on your own, they'll hire folks to take the stress off their shoulders. Retirement is supposed to be stress less, okay? Not adding stress to your situation, okay? A lot of folks I deal with are very capable of doing this on their own, but they've let go. They take a deep breath and they let go from a stress standpoint. All right, that's enough for today. A lot of you have felt overwhelmed when it comes to this situation, so I wanted to, I don't know, just extend a little PSA maybe, all right? If you have questions on your situation, you want me to look things over, whatever the case is, my information is down below. You're not going to be the first person to contact me. All right, folks, Greg Shepard here, S&A Financial Services. Go out and have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.